Today we are discussing aggregate demand function in the economy. This is the part of the determination of equilibrium level in the economy. Aggregate demand in an economy is actually the sum of consumption demand and investment demand. So we represent it as AD is equal to C plus I. C for consumption and I for investment. So aggregate demand is the sum of consumption demand and investment demand. Consumption demand, when we discuss it, then consumption is of two types. And first of all, we should define consumption. Consumption is the function of income. So, and it can be classified into two parts, autonomous consumption and induced consumption. Autonomous consumption is defined as the expenditure which remains constant, expenditure on the goods and services which are purchased by the people in an economy to satisfy their human wants. And this part of the consumption expenditure remains constant at each and every level of income. So it does not change with a change in income. We can say that this is the minimum required expenditure, minimum required goods and services just for the survival. So it does not change with the change in income. On the other hand, induced consumption is that part of the consumption which depends on the income. Especially we should say disposable income. Disposable income is that income which remains with the people after paying all type of taxes. So it is spent or saved. So this is the consumption demand. And the other part we can understand this consumption function with the help of n schedule. This is the income in the economy. At zero income level, the autonomous consumption is 25. It shows that even at zero income level, autonomous consumption remains same. And when income increases from 0 to 100 lakh crore rupees, it again remains same 25. And when income increases to 200, 300, and then 400, at all levels of income, it does not change. It remains 25 crore, 25 lakh crore rupees. Induced consumption. To determine the induced consumption in the economy, we have to first assume MPC. MPC, which is denoted by here BY or CY. So we have assumed that MPC, marginal propensity to consume, is 0.75. Marginal propensity to consume is actually the ratio of change in consumption with respect to the change in income. 0.75 means when income, suppose income increases by 100 crore rupees, then out of these 100 crore rupees, 75 crore rupees will be consumed by the people. So it is assumed to be fixed on 0.75. At zero income level, because there is no income, then induced consumption is zero. When income increases by 100, then induced consumption is 75 lakh crore rupees because MPC is 0.75. When income increases again by 100 crore rupees, it is again increased by 75, and the total consumption, total induced consumption here is 150. So every time income is being increased by 100 crore rupees, resultant induced consumption is every time is being increased by 75 lakh crore rupees. Total consumption, or we can say consumption function, is A plus BY. A denotes to autonomous consumption, which is here is 25 lakh crore rupees, and BY represents this induced consumption, which is assumed to be according to MPC 0.75, 75 lakh crore rupees. Then at zero income level, the consumption is 25 plus 0, 25. At 100 income level, 25 plus 75, 100, and so on. So this is the consumption. When we show it diagrammatically, this is A, showing the autonomous consumption. So this line, dotted line, is parallel to OX axis. Here on OX axis, we have taken YD. YD denotes to disposable income. Y and income, D for disposable. So this is showing the disposable income. Autonomous consumption is that level of consumption which remains constant at each and every level of income. And when we add induced consumption in autonomous consumption, then this is the consumption function line, A plus B by D. Autonomous consumption plus induced consumption. So this is the upward sloping consumption line, which is showing that there is a direct relationship income and consumption is taken on this y-axis, this C. So this is showing the relationship, positive relationship of income and consumption in the economy. This is the consumption function C bar plus BY. It can be shown like this also. C bar plus BY. C bar is actually A or alpha. And BY or beta Y or CY denotes to induced consumption. So suppose if this is the consumption function 2 plus 0.5y. Here the 2 is the value of autonomous consumption and 0.5 is assumed MPC. So this is the overall consumption function. Now there are two situations. First consumption function is showing here C bar plus BY, and the C1 showing is C bar plus B1Y. So here this is the difference, B and B1. And what is B and B1? B represents to MPC, marginal propensity to consume. So here we have changed the value of B. It means, in other words, we can say we have changed the value of MPC. Here the MPC is increased in this consumption function C bar plus B1Y. So in simple words, we can say if the value of MPC increases, there will be parametric shift in consumption function. So this arrow you can see here in this diagram, and this is the initial consumption function. And now this is new consumption function C1 with the increased value of MPC, and vice versa. If value of MPC decreases, then C will be a flatter line like this. So this is the effect of change in MPC on consumption function. We know that aggregate demand is the sum of consumption demand and investment demand. But here we are just discussing the consumption function. This is the line of reference, or income is equal to expenditure line. This is 45-degree line, which is showing that when income increases, the total expenditure with savings increases in the same proportion. Here we have taken consumption. So this is the consumption function. This is the consumption function. And at this point B, the consumption function is intersecting this income line. It means that here at this point B, income is equal to consumption. Means consumption and income are equal to each other. In other simple words, we can say total income is being consumed here. Nothing is saved. And this lower part of the diagram is explaining the same thing, that here where consumption is equal to income, savings have become zero at this point B1. Saving function starts from the negative. Why? Because at zero income level, at this zero income level, savings are negative. Why? Because at zero income level, consumption is positive just because of the autonomous consumption. So this negative part of saving is actually due to the autonomous consumption. At zero income level, the economy is consuming, but from where? Because income is zero. The economy is consuming from these savings. So these savings at zero income level are being consumed as autonomous consumption. So this is the relationship of consumption and saving. At this point, where consumption is equal to income and savings are zero, is called break-even point. Before this break-even point, this shaded area is showing the dis saving. Here it is showing in the lower part, dis saving section. This is the dis savings. So this is the relationship of consumption, income, and savings. Thank you.